What's up everyone, I'm Kalmar, and welcome to my second Hawkeye vlog. I hope everyone had a great homecoming week and a fun Halloween weekend, and hey, fall break isn't too far, so stay locked in. For the past week, I've tried something new every single weekday, and that's what today's video is going to be about. I found myself still wanting to explore the campus and, finding all the neat little things here and there, so I was just like, whatever, let's just go do it. To start the challenge, I am going to cheat a little bit. During homecoming week, I was given so many fun opportunities as the homecoming council's videographer. I got to take a private tour of Kinnick, I interviewed a WWE superstar, and I got to attend all the different events that the homecoming council hosted. That's a lot of new things, so I'm just going to pick one of the days out of that whole week to be considered. Saturday would have to be my choice. On Saturday, I got to go behind the scenes of the Big Ten tailgate. I just got to take a look at all the cool stuff that showcased what really goes into it. Then, before the homecoming game, I got to go to a very exclusive President's tailgate along with the rest of, the homecoming council. But wait, there's more. During halftime, the homecoming council got to go on the field to be announced, and before we went onto the field, the video that I shot and edited was played on the Jumbotron, which was super cool. It was like the biggest screen probably in Iowa that I got to show off my my skills, so that was really cool. All right, so we'll count that as one day. Flash forward to Monday. The challenge has officially started. I thought about some of the things that I wanted to try immediately. I just had a hard time concentrating because of how hungry I was, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go try all the food places. I started off at Union Station, which is in the basement of the IMU, and I've heard that they have sushi and edible cookie dough, so I was like, all right, I'm in. So for a flex meal, I grabbed a highly unlikely combo of sushi, edible cookie dough, a Powerade, and fries. Was the sushi restaurant grade? No. But I'll be honest, it was really close. Me and my girlfriend also definitely approve of the cookie dough and will be returning for more. I have a pretty large appetite, so not long after that, it was time for my second lunch, and I finally managed to catch the Street Hawk truck, which is a food truck where you can use your flex meals. So I picked up a Reuben, some chips, a Sprite. I went back to my dorm room just to, kind of chillax. Come dinner time, I decided that I was gonna walk all the way to Hillcrest to try out the sandwich bar in the dining hall. They've got all sorts of toppings, so I went with a spicy Italian sort of deal. It was really good. Moving on to the next day, I wanted to practice a little bit of self-care. Sometimes college can get stressful, especially if you have exams, projects, etc. So I scheduled an appointment with the university counseling service. So, with this week, the theme of the video kind of being trying new things, I decided I was gonna go to the counseling service because, you know what, therapy's good for everyone. So, why not? And it's also a rainy day, so the first time experiencing rain in Iowa City. This is just one of the many resources that they've got on campus. I had about another hour and a half until I had class, so I went to the IMU. And in the basement, there's this thing called the Hawkeye room. And when you walk in on your left, they've got this thing called the rest nest, where it's full of comfy chairs and you can just hang out, take a nap, whatever you feel. I went about my day and, I'm someone who when, I get overwhelmed or anxious, I like to just, take a step back, have some time for myself. Even though I wasn't anxious or anything, I was still gonna practice that today. I took a walk over to the bridge that night and looked out at the river. The sounds of the current flowing are just, really peaceful and relaxing. Boom, Wednesday. Wednesday, I really didn't do too much, to be honest. I had an exam that day, so, even though I was participating in this challenge, you gotta choose your battles. I went over to the IMU and I decided I was gonna play some music in front of people, which I had never done before. There's a piano on the main floor and you're actually encouraged to play. So I just turned on a YouTube tutorial and went for it. It was a cool experience just because, you know, it was nerve-wracking to be in front of that many people and playing. Ultimately, in the end, it's rewarding. Thursday rolls around, and it's Halloween. My girlfriend and I had no idea what we wanted to be though, so we just made a last-minute, you know, costume decision of Batman and Catwoman. Back at the Hawk Shop in the IMU, which now I realize I go there very often. But anyways, in the Hawk Shop, you know, they had like a Halloween setup going on, so I picked up some makeup. On the way back to my girlfriend's dorm room, I also picked up some candy. Can't have Halloween night in without candy. We put on our costumes, which looked a little funny. We sat down, we watched Hocus Pocus, and, well, the Batman. A great Halloween night in. Friday, the very last day of the challenge. And I'll be honest again, I really didn't do a whole lot on Friday. I just decided that I was gonna try out this little gym that I had heard about. You know, it wasn't the Rec, it wasn't the Field House. It was called Fitness East, and it's like right across from the IMU in this little alleyway. I was pleasantly surprised. It's not packed like the Rec always is. It's super old school with its vibe, but it has plenty to offer. When you walk in, they've got treadmills and cardio equipment, and then in a little corner, they've got free weights, and then up top, they've got a deck with all sorts of different machines. So I got a nice little workout in, and that was about it for me. All said and done, this was just a fun way for me to, you know, explore the campus and be more involved than I already am. I hope this video encourages you to discover some of the hidden gems at the University of Iowa. There are so many that I didn't even get to. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around campus. Go Hawks!